Point Blank, your on-campus talk show and entertainment for this spooky season. I'm your host, Jordan Bankson, joined today with Nick Allen, boo, and Peyton Yells. And today we're going to go over some current events that is happening around us in the world as the most powerful Atlantic hurricane of 2025 slammed Jamaica on Tuesday after days of heavy rain and catastrophic winds across the Caribbean. Fellas, what did we hear about that? And what was your reaction when you found out that was going to be the most powerful hurricane in more than a decade hitting that country of Jamaica?
Yeah, I've heard the death toll is already up to 28,
Wow.
and it's only going to grow, obviously, as it gets more powerful. But, this is a season, it's spooky season, but, it's also a sad season because this is hurricane season, and this is, the unfortunate reality of these natural disasters. They can take lives, and they've already taken almost over 24 in Jamaica.
I think the saddest part is these countries a lot of them are third world. You got Haiti, who killed 25 people, including 12 children. These are third world countries. I don't know if you guys have ever been. I've been to Haiti a few times, Jamaica a few times. You look at the United States and then you look at these countries and the infrastructure is completely different. Just the overall landscape of the entire country is just different. So it's sad to see when a hurricane as powerful as a Category 5 hits the island, because the damage it's going to cause and stuff like that. Luckily, these houses are more developed, more built and sustained for these type of hurricane like this. They're built out of concrete, where else if it hits the Atlantic shore of North Carolina, these houses are built out of less powerful stuff to survive hurricanes.
Nick, it's funny you say that because, like you said, right, these kind of areas where they expect a lot of hurricanes, they build houses based on concrete and materials that are just able to withstand hurricanes. But Hurricane Helene, which hit here in Asheville and in the mountains of North Carolina, those people are still recovering to this day. Peyton, I know you had the opportunity to go up there and talk to some of those people. How are they doing over there?
Yeah, I went up for the 1-year anniversary of when Helene hit Asheville, and they're no longer playing that victim card. They're ready to move past this. They've said that we're tired of this. We want to move on. We want to put this behind us, and it's caused some damage, but it's damage that they're ready to move on from.
And Asheville, you look at Asheville on the map. If you live in Asheville, you're not expecting a hurricane. You move to a place like Asheville not expecting a storm like Helene to come. If you're at the beach, if you're at the Outer Banks, it's more common for a hurricane to hit. If you're in the Appalachian region, this western region of North Carolina, you're not expecting a hurricane to hit.
Absolutely.
And that's the reason why 108 people died. Unbelievable, 108 people. That is a lot of people in such a small community like Asheville.
And remember, guys, we were in school when this hurricane was happening. Do you guys remember the time and place where you were when you guys first heard this hurricane is making some just horrific damage to
I was trying to walk to class, and it was, I could barely make it to the School of Comm where we are right now. It was just a battle with so much rain, and I'm like, all right, this is what it is now. I can't even imagine what it's like over there in the mountains when it's really hitting.
I know a lot of people at Appalachian State, and it's sad because a lot of them didn't go to class for weeks because so much flooding. And if you look at pictures and look at videos everybody was posting on social media, the roads were flooded and they couldn't go to class, and it's so sad. I was same thing walking into School of Comm and found out the news, and like I said, I got a lot of friends at App State, so it was definitely sad and definitely hit the heart a little bit, as I prayed for the people at Appalachian State that I knew and everybody there.
What makes us hit so hard was the power of social media, right? People who were living and going through that horrific event were able to video and record themselves just losing a bunch of stuff in their life. That is the effect that social media has on us today. Guys, what videos do you remember seeing about the hurricane as well?
Yeah, it was just people sitting there with just rubble around them. The houses that they once used to sit in and eat dinner at, just gone. Just them and that rubble surrounding them. It really hit the heart.
I saw a lot of it was just like the flooded roads and all that. It caused $80 billion in damage. How do you even recover from something like that? Like I mentioned, Asheville is not a huge town. This is a small community. Yeah. And when it hits something like that and causes $80 billion of damage, that's a lot of damage. So yeah.
Well, we definitely hope that the people of Jamaica are able to make a full recovery. We have to go to commercial break, so we'll be right back, everybody. We'll see you. All right, welcome back. Thousands of workers were laid off at Amazon yesterday due to artificial intelligence. While Amazon insists this is about efficiency and innovation, not just cost cutting, workers inside the companies are calling it a wake-up call. Fellas, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna ask you straight up. Is AI taking our jobs?
I think it is, and I saw this example just clearly, last year, right? Al Michaels, obviously the famous sports broadcaster, had some, obviously did some coverage of the Olympics, and they AI generated his voice to do a recap of the Olympic Games. So if they can take away jobs like sports broadcasting, something that we're all passionate about, who's to say it can't come for any other job?
It's so sad too because people spend years. You go from kindergarten all the way to our point now. We're all juniors in college.
Yeah.
We all spend all this money, all this time in our education just to have AI take it over.
Yeah.
I've never been a fan of AI. I don't think AI. There's no. Yes, there's benefits to it, right? Obviously there's benefits to it. Obviously it helps us in our everyday lives, right? But humans are always going to be, in my opinion, more efficient, better than AI.
Yeah, of course. To go to that point as well, it's kind of scary
Yeah.
how realistic AI is
It's
getting.
scary.
If you guys go on Instagram or
Yeah.
TikTok, you have to now decide if a video is
Yeah.
AI or real.
Yeah.
And that is a scary thing to think about. Going back to if AI is able to do a job better than a human, I don't know. Maybe the human imperfections are the things that make humans better than AI. Maybe there are. I get a lot of hate for clicking my pen a lot, so I had to get me a cat pen thanks to Gabby. But like I said, is the workforce now looking for people who are just going to be perfect, or are they going to start investing in AI, which is cheaper and I guess quote unquote perfect?
They have to be perfect. Humans have to be perfect because AI, right, isn't perfect, but it's the closest thing to perfect. If you're typing in something, for instance, in ChatGPT, it gives you an answer in a second. No human can do that. If you're in the workforce and an AI robot is, let's say, working on something or doing this, that, and the third, it's perfect, it's fast, it's efficient, right? Humans have got to be nearly perfect in order to compete with AI. And it's going to be super hard, right? Because AI, like I mentioned, is perfect, but we got to find a way to overcome AI, right?
I think my biggest concern with AI is it's in the name, right? Artificial intelligence. It's not real.
Yeah.
Right? This is what is made up with dozens of different computer systems and everything. This is not, as much as they can try and use it to replace that human connection, it really can't.
And I'll go on Instagram all the time, right? And as you were mentioning, I'll look at videos. I don't even know if they're real anymore. Like 5 years ago, there was never a video that was AI, right? Now I'm looking at videos of Jake Paul or another celebrity or
Random,
athlete, LeBron James, and I'm like, is this real? Is this not real? And then I'm going on Twitter to see if it's real, and then all these people in the comments, is this real? Is this real? We don't even know if these videos are real, and it's scary to think about because we're in 2025. Imagine, and AI is pretty new, right? Like in high school, we didn't really have AI. Now, we're only a couple years in. Just imagine 10 years from now what AI is going to look like. Every video out there is going to be fake, and we're just going to be so prone to it and so used to it that that's all we know.
Take note of one thing too. These are white-collar jobs that
Exactly.
AI is taking over in Amazon. These aren't just warehouse jobs. These are
Yeah.
jobs that people got a degree in.
14,000.
Which is scary. So I want to ask you guys, how do we overcome AI so far? What do you guys think?
Is there a way?
Is there a way, right?
That's the
Is there a way?
Wow.
Do you guys think we will start to see more companies? There's already been a lot of companies that have done this and started laying off people, right? Companies like Apple, Microsoft, your big companies, which is the scariest part. Amazon now, they just laid off 14,000. Like you mentioned, white collar jobs, right? Amazon's a huge company, 1.5 million workers. 14,000 is still a lot.
Yeah.
Do you guys think we will start to see more companies start to do this and lean towards the AI trend and lay off corporate workers?
I think so, just from a financial perspective.
Yeah.
It makes sense. They don't have to pay people.
Exactly.
And they can get stuff done more efficiently without paying people. They can use that money and put it elsewhere.
Yeah.
100%. You see social media and Google taking over,
Yeah.
AI taking over that
Yeah.
aspect. So all those jobs, right?
Yeah.
All those jobs that Instagram can do for people, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, you name it. AI has taken over that completely. And those are just jobs that are just in the social media realm.
Exactly.
Imagine what happens with AI, like you said, 10 years from now.
Yeah.
It's more smarter and is able to do more things. That is scary, not only for the workforce, but for the people coming out of
Yeah.
high school then that don't know what job to do. That hopefully the only
Won't get
jobs
taken
will be
over.
narrowed to
Yeah.
is lawyer and doctor. You
Yeah.
know, that is a scary thing to think about.
And if you see it now, if companies start to look at Amazon and they see their efficiency go up, if they see their revenue start to go up because of AI and because of all these layoffs, and other companies are going to go, hey, I want to be able to make as much revenue as Amazon is. I want to be able to be as efficient as Amazon is. Okay, what are we going to do? What is Amazon doing? They're laying off a bunch of workers. They're going towards AI. Let's do that too. So then all the small businesses are going to do that, and then the entire work field is going to be AI. And then what jobs are people, first of all, our generation, but then the generation after us, what are they going to do for jobs and stuff like that after spending all these years in college? It's so hard nowadays, right? Because even a job in sports broadcasting can be taken away from AI.
I think that's why you're going to see a drop off in people going to college, because they're going
Yeah.
to realize their degrees are getting taken away by AI.
Yeah.
So, if you want a blue collar job, then you go to a trade school. If you want a white collar job, you go to a 4-year college, and I think you're going to see a drop off because those jobs are going to get taken over by AI.
Yeah.
Do we think we will ever see a job or just a position that can't be fulfilled by AI?
Like I said, doctor and lawyer.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the, I mean,
Really? Yeah.
anything in the law field. But
I don't
again,
want a
even
robot
doctor.
taking care of me. No
Yeah.
way.
but again, I mean, that's a lot of school, right? That's
Yeah.
a lot of stuff that people are gonna have to do. That might be a financial burden. So
But even them, they're going to use AI, right? The doctors and lawyers, they're using ChatGPT and all this stuff. So they're really using AI. So then when they're working on maybe our hearts or our brains later down the line, and I'm looking at them, I'm like, man, how much can I trust them? I don't know if I can trust them.
we will see what happens. We have to go to commercial break, so we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, for all for all movie lovers out there, go ahead and get ready to scream. Find Out at Freddy's hits theaters December 5th of this year. Biggest scares, new animatronics, and no one is safe after dark. I don't know about you guys, but I remember playing that game.
So much fun.
Man,
Oh,
I
man.
was scared.
Scared. I Whew.
Peyton, how do you feel about it?
This is no pumpkin for sure. This is no pumpkin.
Boo. Woo. That's what that was my reaction every time. I'd be playing the game. First of all, I'd be playing the game late at night. Why? Don't ask me. Because then I'd go to sleep and I'd have nightmares for a week, 2 weeks. And I'm, crying, or I'm crying to my mom every morning. I just had a bad nightmare. She's like, what are you doing? Well, I was playing Five Nights at Freddy's. Well, maybe that's why. But no, I love the game. The game was addicting. So much fun. Definitely a little scary. But definitely one of my favorite games. I don't know about y'all. What was y'all's favorite game growing up?
Favorite game?
Now, what you go first? Take
Come
this
on
one.
now, NBA 2K.
Okay.
What are we doing? What are we doing?
What year, though?
17.
17?
We gotta go 17. I know Jordan right there is laughing
Okay.
right there, but 17, because he knows it too. He knows the truth.
Okay.
17, but we gotta go mobile games, like Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm gonna have to go the classic, man, Subway Surfers.
Oh, Subway
Come on,
Surfers
man.
was a
I
game
gotta
back
go
in the day.
classic.
Yeah.
It's a tie between Temple Run.
Temple Run?
Taking my
That was a good
mom's
one.
phone and playing that was
Okay.
always core
Jetpack
memory.
Joyride?
That was good too, and
Yeah.
Madden Mobile. Can't go
Madden
wrong with
Mobile. Ooh, Fortnite Mobile.
that. Ooh, Fortnite Mobile. I was nasty. at
Oh, I
Fortnite.
was nasty. Oh my gosh, I was nasty.
Yeah, but as you just saw, the graphic that just went up on the screen, Five Nights at Freddy, December 5th of this year. Are you guys gonna watch it? What's gonna happen? Are we going together? What's happening?
We got to go together.
Are we?
So
Point Blank live show
I
from the
think we
movie
should.
From the
theater.
movie theater?
I would love to do that.
I would love to do it. The first movie I was looking at today, first of all, made a lot of money. Grossed 297 million in box office. It was only estimated for like 50 million. Makes 297 million. I forget the company or the production company, Blumhouse Productions. It was our highest gross film of all time. And they're known for making scary movies. They made Insidious, they made The Sinisters. I don't know if you guys are horror movie watchers. I know I am. I don't know, it's kind of like a thrill for me to, get scared. Boo, you know what I mean? But it's, so the reviews for the first one were kind of dull, right? Everybody was saying that it wasn't scary enough, that it wasn't as entertaining as it should have been. And I think this one is going to be, the producers are going to come in and they're going to make it as scary as possible. We look at review you played basketball in high school, right? You played sports in high school. If somebody critiques you on the sidelines, you're going to go out there and prove them wrong. So if you're in these production companies and these reviews, these big time critic reviews are going, okay, this is not scary enough. This is dull.
Yeah.
They're going to come in and make this the scariest movie. Like I said, they made Insidious. They made Sinister. They know how to make horror movies. And if it's as good as Sinister and Insidious and as scary as those two, I'm gonna be there December 5th as soon as the movie drops.
Come on now.
Come on
It's
now.
right around finals time, so if you go see it, don't blame me if you don't fare too
You
well.
know, it's so ironic, though. They put it in the winter season. The Christmas,
Yeah.
we're supposed to be watching some
Yeah.
Hallmark,
Yeah.
Home Alone movies,
Uh-huh.
but now we gotta go ahead and get scared out of our parents, man. I can't believe that.
You would think they would make it around this time,
Yeah,
drop it
that's what
in
I'm saying.
October.
That's what they did last year.
Yeah.
Right? That's what I'm
And they
saying.
drop it December? Like who drops a horror movie in December?
See, but here's what I'm gonna ask you guys, though.
Yeah.
Was that on purpose?
Ooh.
Was that on purpose? We know the producers, like you said, of this movie, they're very clever.
Yeah.
Is this a type of, kind of mind game that they're trying to play with their fans?
I think so because they want to, like I said, they're a production company that's known for making big time horror movies. So they're going to they're trying to push the scary season, push Halloween out to December. They don't want people thinking about Christmas. They want people to still be thinking about Halloween because, around this time, everybody's like, as soon as November 1st hits, Christmas, Christmas, Christmas,
Yeah.
right? Okay, they want people to start saying by November or December 5th, oh wow, I'm still getting scared. It's still it still feels like the Halloween season. I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, it's definitely a fine line. There's people who right when that calendar turns to November, it's like, all right, let's go ahead and go out on Christmas. Some people like to wait till Thanksgiving. I'm part of the latter, but to each their own.
And they're kind of dragging it out, right? All of November, they're not dropping anything, right? Halloween season, all of November. Then boom, December hits, early December, boom, they drop the movie.
Yeah. And Nick, I know you're looking at some other movies. I think you were too, Peyton. What other movies are going to come out that are? I know Avatar.
I know Avatar's coming out. I'm not sure about other ones, but the movie theaters have been excellent. We went to
Yeah.
go see a movie a couple weeks ago. I'm a usual movie watcher, so I like to go to the
Me too.
movies, but
Yeah.
Avatar is definitely one on my radar. Do Do you have any movies?
I don't have any on my radar right now,
Yeah.
but definitely excited to get back out to the movies.
Yeah.
Try and catch a few.
Okay, I feel like this is just a call that I feel like this is just a calling card that we all have to go and watch Five Nights at Freddy's. So
you have to.
for those at home, if you guys want to join us watching Five Nights at Freddy's, please let us know because we will be there on December 5th watching that movie. But also one more thing I do want to say about this movie as well, guys. What is the age requirement do you think kids should start watching this movie? Payne, I'm gonna start with you.
Let's go 18. Sounds like a
18.
good number, fair number.
Okay.
It's okay.
Wow.
So
So even
sure. Okay.
so, let's say it's a PG-13 movie. Do you think 13-year-olds should be able to watch this?
Maybe not alone. I think maybe
Okay.
the Guardian. would be
The
a good
Guardian.
idea.
Okay. I like that number actually. I don't think a 13-year-old should be watching a horror movie. If I was 13 watching a horror movie, you know what's funny? Anthony Davis back in the day watched a horror movie when he was younger, kept the nightlight on for like 10 years because he was scared every single night. I don't want to be that 13-year-old, that young teenager, to keep a nightlight on for the rest of my life.
Now I know this is a sports show, but Anthony Davis, the 6'10" center, the 7
6'10"
foot
center.
center.
Look, he talked about it one time.
Kept the nightlight on.
Kept a nightlight on.
People, we need to bring back Shane, man. We need to bring back something. I'm just saying.
Kept the nightlight on because of a horror movie. I don't want to be that guy.
So say you guys hypothetically have kids. I'm sorry with you, Peyton. Say you hypothetically have kids. You're not letting them see the movie until 18 years old.
No, because I was a huge horror fan until I saw Halloween in 2018, and that did it for me. I saw it with my
Scared
grandma
me now.
even.
We'll do it. Yeah.
That
With
did
your
it
grandma?
for me. Couldn't do it anymore.
Ooh, wow. Okay.
What about you? I'm cool with 13. I don't know about you. I'm cool with 13.
Yeah.
I'm okay with 13.
See, I don't think I would allow my kids to watch a movie at 13 just based on the movies that they've produced.
Yeah.
Insidious is one of the scariest movies I've ever seen. Sinister, they've come out with so many movies that are split, right? These are some of the scariest movies of all time. And if they're making those movies, I don't want my 13-year-old watching Five Nights at Freddy's and then crying in my room like I was to my mom years ago, playing Five Nights at Freddy's on my phone, and they're like, I'm so scared from this movie, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'd give them 16.
16.
Yeah, like 16,
Okay.
18.
I mean, that's pretty fair. You know what? But like I said, we will be in there because we are over the age of 18, 16, and 13. So you will see us at the movie theaters on December 5th. All right, well, that's going to do it for us. Make sure to tune in next week where we will have our first interview of the year. It's about time. But the only hint I will give you is that it will excite a lot of you basketball fans out there. All right, we'll see you next week. See you guys.